Hi, welcome to the African World Channel. Today, we delve into a recent diplomatic dispute between Burkina Faso and France, where Burkina Faso has accused 3 French diplomats of engaging in subversive activities, leading to their expulsion from the country. Let's explore the details of this incident and its broader implications. Remember to subscribe to our channel, give the video a thumbs up, and share it with others to help us reach a wider audience. Now let's get back to the video. Burkina Faso has accused 3 French diplomats of engaging in subversive activities and has demanded that they leave the country within 48 hours, according to a letter from the Foreign Ministry. The government of Burkina Faso did not specify the details of the allegations against the expelled diplomats, identifying them as Gwenna El Habouzet, Hervé Fournier, and Guillaume Reysacker. Their expulsion stemmed from meetings they conducted with civil society leaders. France criticized the action on Thursday. Christophe Lemoyne, a spokesperson for France's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, stated, "There were no legitimate grounds for the Burkinabe authorities' decision. We can only deplore it." He also dismissed the allegations against the 3 as unfounded. Since seizing power in a coup in September 2022, Burkina Faso's military government has distanced itself from France, its former colonial ruler, by expelling French troops, suspending certain French media outlets, and repeatedly accusing French officials of espionage. On December 1st of the previous year, Burkinabe authorities arrested 4 French officials with diplomatic passports in the capital, Ouagadougou, on charges of spying. These officials, whom France asserts were IT support staff, are currently under house arrest, according to security sources in Burkina Faso. A year earlier, in December 2022, Ouagadougou also expelled 2 French nationals working for a Burkina Faso company, accusing them of espionage. Amid deteriorating relations with France, Burkina Faso has increasingly sought security assistance from Russia, Mali, and Niger as it grapples with militants associated with terrorist groups such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Captain Ibrahim Traoré needs to be extremely cautious and enhance his security measures. France is determined to regain control of the country by any means necessary. France's historical relationship with Burkina Faso is marked by colonial exploitation, post-independence influence, and occasional tensions. Colonized by France in the late 19th century, Burkina Faso experienced economic exploitation and political domination. Despite gaining independence in 1960, French influence persisted, shaping Burkina Faso's politics, economy, and security affairs. During the presidency of Thomas Sankara in the 1980s, Burkina Faso pursued a policy of national self-reliance and sought to reduce French influence. This led to tensions between Sankara's government and France, culminating in Sankara's assassination in 1987. Many suspect French involvement or support for the coup that brought Sankara's close friend, Blaise Compaoré, to power, who maintained close ties with France. Since then, Burkina Faso has continued to navigate its relationship with France, balancing economic interests with aspirations for sovereignty and self-determination. The recent expulsion of French diplomats over allegations of espionage underscores the ongoing struggle for autonomy and sovereignty in Burkina Faso's relations with its former colonial power. Now, they are employing similar tactics against Ibrahim Traoré, seeking to maintain their influence over the country. These French diplomats may potentially be spies aiming to exploit corrupt officials to sabotage Captain Ibrahim Traoré's efforts to protect Burkina Faso from terrorist threats and prevent France from exploiting its resources. The individuals collaborating with these supposed French diplomats should face legal consequences, such as imprisonment, to convey a message that corruption and betrayal of one's country will not be tolerated. This action would serve as a warning to other individuals tempted to prioritize personal gain over national interests. The use of spies by Western powers to influence or overthrow governments in Africa has been a contentious issue with a complex history. Here's a breakdown. Historical context. Throughout the 20th century, various African nations gained independence from colonial powers. However, the remnants of colonial influence, coupled with Cold War dynamics, often led to interference by Western nations in African affairs. Cold War era. During the Cold War, Africa became a battleground for influence between the United States and the Soviet Union. Both superpowers sought to gain allies and secure access to strategic resources on the continent. This often involved covert operations, including the use of spies, to support friendly regimes or undermine those seen as aligning with the opposing bloc. Spy networks. Western intelligence agencies, such as the CIA and MI6, established extensive spy networks across Africa. These networks operated through diplomatic missions, intelligence officers posing as diplomats, and local assets recruited for espionage purposes. Destabilization efforts. Western powers sometimes resorted to covert actions to destabilize governments perceived as unfriendly or aligned with rival powers. This could include funding opposition groups, supporting military coups, or orchestrating propaganda campaigns to discredit leaders. Resource exploitation. Control over strategic resources, such as oil, minerals, and agricultural products, has often been a driving force behind Western interference in African countries. Spies may gather intelligence to facilitate the exploitation of these resources or to gain leverage over governments unwilling to comply with Western interests. Regime change operations. The overthrow of governments through covert means, including coups d'état orchestrated with the assistance of intelligence agencies, has occurred in several African nations. These operations aim to install leaders more amenable to Western interests or to prevent the rise of governments perceived as hostile. Contemporary dynamics. While the Cold War has ended, the use of spies by Western powers in Africa continues, albeit with shifting priorities. Issues such as counterterrorism, economic competition with China, and geopolitical maneuvering still drive Western involvement on the continent, often involving covert intelligence activities. The history of Western spying in Africa is complicated, involving politics, economics, and strategy. From the Cold War to today, Western spies have influenced African nations, affecting their independence and stability. As tensions continue, it's vital to grasp these complexities for Africa's future security and fairness. We value your input. What are your thoughts on Burkina Faso's decision to expel the French diplomats over allegations of subversive activities? Considering the role of espionage in shaping African politics and governance, what measures do you think African nations can take to safeguard their sovereignty and protect against external interference? Please share your opinions in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others. Thank you for watching.